It's the first day of rookie camp, and we are back with a new season of Philadelphia Flyers coverage here at PHLY Sports. I'm Charlie O'Connor, and these are your first post-practice notes. The big story today, of course, Matvei Michkov. This is the first day he was on the ice in a formal capacity wearing a Philadelphia Flyers jersey. Now, Michkov has been on the ice with his soon-to-be Flyers teammates for the last couple of weeks. He's practicing with them. He actually got into Voorhees, into the Philadelphia area in July. So this isn't new to him. But this is the first time that fans were able to be here to watch him practice, watch him do drills, watch him skate with other prospects, with potential teammates wearing that Flyers logo. So it was a big day. The line, when I got here around 10:15, the building wasn't going to open until 10:30. The session was supposed to start until 11, but when I got here, there was a line going out the door. Fans wanted to see Michkov. The Flyers estimated that about 300 people showed up today to see him. Remember, this is a Thursday morning in September. Kids are back to school. Most people are working. Still a couple hundred people showed up to see the first sighting of Matvei Michkov. So the question you're probably asking yourself is, how did he do? Well, it was a day of drills. There's only so much you can really take from one-on-ones, from skating down the ice in circles, things like that. I will say, though, Michkov did flash especially the quick hands. Ian LaPerriere coaches the Lehigh Valley Phantoms and is mostly running this portion of rookie camp, specifically pointed out just how fast Michkov's hands were. He also pointed out just how intense Michkov was. The competitiveness shined through all day in drills, and LaPerriere and Michkov's teammates were very impressed. After the session, we got a chance to talk to Michkov, and interestingly enough, while he did have a translator with him, he tried to answer a few questions in English. So Michkov has been working with a tutor ever since he got to North America a couple months back. Seems like he's making pretty quick progress, and he is, as I'm going to note in my story later today at allphly.com, it seems like he's attacking those English lessons the same way he attacks on-ice drills and on-ice practices. So let's say you aren't able to get out here for the first day of rookie camp. When's the first time you can see him in actual game action? Well, the Flyers also announced today, about midway through the session, that there's going to be 2 rookie games this weekend, Friday night and Saturday night, in Allentown at the PPL Center. Michkov is guaranteed to play at least on Friday. So Friday will be Matvei Michkov's debut. He almost certainly will be on a line with first-round pick from this summer, Jet Luchenko, who appears to be centering that first line in the rookie game. The other winger, unknown right now, but he did get a decent amount of work with Elliot Desnoyers. He spent a lot of time on the wing in this all day, really, during the sessions, but he was on a line with Luchenko and Michkov to start practice today. That would be an interesting line. You got Luchenko, obviously the high-skilled center prospect they took with a 13th overall pick this June. Then you've got Michkov, the Oakland franchise, and then you've got Desnoyers, who's smaller, but a hard worker, good forechecker, does the little things type of guy. It's an interesting line, and to see if it works out on Friday night. Michkov wasn't the only story, though, at today's day 1 of rookie camp. There were some other stories, to be sure. One guy that definitely popped in the session, Hunter McDonald. This is the guy who is the physical stay-at-home defenseman. They signed to a contract this summer, an entry-level contract. He went to Northeastern. There is a debate on what his upside is, but what we know for sure is the Flyers really like him. And today you saw why the Flyers really like him. He is a nasty piece of work on the ice. He's battling in drills. He had a couple really, really fierce battles, one with AHLer Jacob Gauscher, where they were going back and forth for a good 20-25 seconds, pushing, shoving, slashing, the whole 9 yards. You can see why the Flyers, an organization that very much appreciates physicality, nastiness, that intimidation factor, you can see why they like Hunter McDonald so much, and Ian LaPerriere had a lot of nice things to say about him. Another player who LaPerriere apparently really liked what he saw from today, Emil Andrae. Andrae, if you remember, made the Flyers out of camp last year, stayed up for a couple of weeks, just turned out he wasn't quite ready for the NHL pace, got sent down, spent the rest of the year in the AHL under LaPerriere. LaPerriere noted that Andrae looked quicker. He actually was a little bit lighter, apparently, coming into this camp, but definitely built up the muscle. So lost some of that fat, picked up some muscle. Seems like he had a really strong summer. And when LaPerriere was asked, aside from Michkov, of course, who was basically a lock to make the team, who LaPerriere thinks at this camp is closest to being an NHL player, he noted Emil Andrae. And finally, one disappointment, Denver Barkey, one of the Flyers' top forward prospects, did not participate in on-ice drills today. It appears that he is still recovering from a summer bout with mono. My understanding was that it was still up in the air whether maybe he might be able to participate in the start of camp, maybe at some point in rookie camp, maybe main camp, and maybe that's still a possibility. But it's a disappointment that it looks like he didn't practice today. He's probably not going to play in the rookie games. Barkey was a standout in the rookie games last year against the Rangers. Not sure if we're going to get a chance to see him this year, but the Flyers are going to take it. They're going to play it safe with mono. You have the enlarged spleen, you take the wrong hit, even if you feel good, and you might be in some serious medical issues. So understandably, the Flyers taking it easy with Barkey. Just a disappointment, because he's an exciting prospect. He's a fun guy to watch. If you remember, he actually earned a preseason game last year, a real preseason game with the big club as an 18-year-old. Played against the Devils. I'm not sure if he's going to get that opportunity this year through no fault of his own. Just a bumper all around. But overall, this is a successful first day of camp. Matvei Michkov hit the ice for the first time. Voorhees, Flyers Training Center, Voorhees was filled with way more people than I've really ever seen for the first day of a rookie camp. It seems like people are excited. Matvei Michkov thus far living up to expectations, showing that he's working really hard on learning English. His teammates seem happy with him, his coaches seem happy with him, and now on Friday we'll get to see Michkov in uniform in an actual game in Allentown at the PPL Center on Friday at 7 p.m. For PHLY Sports, I'm Charlie O'Connor.
We all silly like the mayor.